most important parts of what realignment did for probation departments is it gave us the resources to be able to provide the services that we've always known that these youth and their families need, but we haven't always been able to do it. And through realignment, we were able to put some of those practices that we knew would work if we could just do them into existence. We were able to get those programs up and running, and we were able to demonstrate that when you do those kinds of programs, you can make a big impact not only on your community safety, but on the lives of these children and their families. I think the biggest change that we saw in Napa County with the realignment was the ability to open our evening reporting center for youth. Everyone knows that juvenile crime primarily occurs between the hours of 3 and 7. That's a high-risk period for youth. And so by having a program during those hours, we have been able to demonstrate that when you give the youth the type of program they need, give them new skills, new ways of behaving, their behavior can start to change, and we've actually been able to see those youth leave the criminal justice system, go on to productive lives, get out of the criminal justice system as juveniles and never enter the adult criminal justice system. We also saw a huge reduction in the number of youth that were actually even on probation. Prior to realignment, we in Napa County had about 750 youth on probation, and at our last count last month, we, for the first time that anyone can remember, we are under 200 youth on probation. The thing that makes me the most proud, and what I say almost every day when I go to work, the reason I go to work every day is because of the staff. I have staff that are dedicated and truly believe that every child has the ability to turn their lives around. They've made a mistake, they've come into the criminal justice system, but that doesn't define who they are. And staff work diligently to help that youth meet their full potential. And sometimes that means working very closely with the family and helping the family also meet their potential. And other times it's helping that youth figure out what the next step is going to be if the family isn't going to be the one that's going to be there for them. I believe that people should attend the Decade of Progress Conference because they're going to learn that probation has been actively engaged in community safety during this time through the process of helping our young people become productive members of our communities. You know, they're our future. And if we don't put time and energy into them and help them learn the skills they need to be successful, we are failing them. And through what we have learned and what people will learn by coming to this conference are all the different ways that we are successful and these youth have been successful and moved out of the system and now become some of our leaders in our community. I think probation is unique in the criminal justice system because of the many hats we wear. We start out looking at this youth through the lens of the court, and we're giving the court information to help them come up with the best decisions that a judge can make in making what that youth needs to do through their terms and conditions. And then we move into the supervision of that youth, and we're really, again, looking at that individual and the needs of that particular person. We're not looking at a group and saying everybody should have the same thing. Probation has the ability to have a probation officer assigned to one child whose interests we are looking for, and the next child may have different interests, different skills, different abilities. And I think that the fact that probation officers have the ability to look at each person individually and make a different plan for each one of them is what makes us unique and different.